Hey, what's up, everybody? This is ePhoenixN, and this is some Gears of War 3. First off, sorry guys, I didn't put up a video in a little while. It's just a matter of YouTube was so screwed up, I just said piss on it. I will wait off until it fixes itself. It looks like it's improved a lot from a lot of issues that were going on. So hopefully, you know, it'll be easier for you guys to actually see my videos and access my videos and whatnot. So I'll be putting up more content, and I will definitely be putting up a ton of Gears of War 3. I absolutely love this game. Alright, so as far as Gears of War 3, this is kind of a bit of a review, just because, well, I did want to give you my impressions on the game so far. Some of my views, I'm sure, will change, but let me first say, Gears of War 3 is amazing. I would not be surprised if it is the best shooter that comes out this year, the last 2 years. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the best game that comes out this year. I think it's going to be a better game than Modern Warfare 3. I think it's going to be a better game than Battlefield 3. It's a little unfair because the other two haven't come out yet, but this game is absolutely fantastic. Um, I, well, let's start out with the campaign. The campaign is 5x. It's multiple hours long. It's not the Call of Duty where it's 5 hours you can complete it. I'm playing in hardcore mode, not insane and not casual, so it's a little more difficult. Probably takes a little longer for me, though I really don't die that much, so it's not that big of a deal. But the it's pretty long. It's a good story. I really like the feel of the story. For two reasons. I have to chuckle at the it's a very machismo type of game, very like ultra masculine, Billy Badass type of guys, which is pretty cool. And I think it does that aspect better than any game I've seen. The witty one-liners. It's kind of like the Die Hard of of video games, and it has big explosions, big monster. Well, not that mass monsters, but big explosions, big combat scenes, big monsters, big epic scale. Everything's massive and awesome, and it's really cool. It's also a fairly deep story on a lot of different levels, especially if you played the games previously. So I think the story will be better and make more sense if you played the previous campaigns. But it's still good either way. I'm not actually completely through with it yet, so I don't know the last little bit. But I've beaten 3 out of the 5 acts. I only have 2 acts left to play, and I'm just playing that in solo right now. You can have up to 4 people co-op, which is freaking awesome, if you ask me. I love when games actually do co-op, just because it's fun to bring your friends along and play and kill some locusts, shoot them in the face. So that's really cool. Again, the next thing with the campaign that I absolutely love, that is fantastic, I think, with the design of the series overall, but it does a really good job, and probably the best job within this game itself, Gears of War 3, which is probably the best game out of the entire, out of all the series. I think it's by far the best game, to be honest. But what I'm talking about is the sense of desperation. The storyline is basically all these things keep happening, and humanity keeps shrinking and like dying off and being killed and being pushed out of their homes and just brutalizing in a constant war, and they can't keep up, and da 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 da. And there's all this desperation. Everything is trashed. Everything has bullet holes in it, and everything is grimy and dirty, and you get this true sense of peril from everything around you. That, like, oh, now not only do you have the locust, now you have the lambent. Well, now the lambent's even worse than the locust were, but the locusts are still around, fighting the lambent, fighting you, fighting everybody. Everyone, it's just an intense struggle for survival, and it really comes off. And you really see it within the game. It's just almost, I don't want to say it's heart wrenching, but it does have that kind of feel, like this shit's just spiraling down the toilet. Everything's going just downhill. You're screwed. Everything's screwed. And it's just, it makes the game very vibrant, very alive, and I think it really does a good job of that. And I really like the campaign as far as that goes. And next thing is graphics, and this is both with the multiplayer and the campaign. But the graphics do a very good job of complementing that desperation feeling, both the graphical design and just the map and campaign design itself as well. It's everything's broken down on fire. Like I said, If it's not on fire, it's broken down. If it's not broken down, it has gun holes ripped through it. Like nothing is safe. Nothing, there's no last stand area that you can hold off and win at the end. No, that's not going to happen. You're screwed. And you kind of get that sense, that feeling of desperation, even within the graphics and the games in the previous back in the day used to be kind of gritty, and it was all like gray and dark brown and black, and there wasn't very color. Well, now it's a lot more colorful, a lot more vibrant, but that didn't take away from the desperation feel from it. The bullet holes and then the charring everywhere, and just the broken buildings and the crumbling dead everywhere, and it's just this almost I don't know, desperation is just the best word you can get for it, and it does a fantastic job with that. And that being said, this is maybe my favorite game graphically, just because of how well it complements the very theme of the game. But also, it has that almost like you could reach out and touch it. Like if you touch that wall, you're gonna get char and dust on your hand. You almost get that feeling of it's not necessarily realness, but like I don't know. There's something about it that you can feel within the game, and within the visual structure of the game. That's just fantastic. I love it. And the only game I think that I like on almost an equal level is probably Uncharted 2. Other than that, there's nothing even come close. So let's get to multiplayer. As far as I'm concerned, this is a fantastic multiplayer, because almost every aspect of the game is multiplayer. The campaign, well, it's not a campaign. Well, it's a campaign, but it's a co-op campaign with up to 4 people. There's beast mode, there's horde mode, there's the standard multiplayer where you have team deathmatch and you have execution and Warzone and Wingman and all this other stuff. And so it's a very deep, intense, game all around, and everything is multiplayer. Everything you can hook up with a friend and have a good time and kick ass and destroy stuff. So I think it's pretty well balanced. It's kind of like Halo, where you go after the power weapons, and the power weapons a lot of times can win you the game. I think the team deathmatch did a really good job, because it inherently, it's not necessarily how many, well, it's how many kills you get, but it's also how many times your team dies. You know what I'm saying? So it's very, you're going to lose a lot of matches if you try to like one man it. This game isn't really made to be like, I'm going to solo it and ignore my team and just try to do well. And it's not very Call of Duty-esque, and I love that. And it's really good job with the multiplayer. And it has the different skins for the guns. It doesn't have a lot of guns, but it has a decent amount of guns. It has a lot of power weapons and things. And just overall, I think they did a really good job. To be honest, from playing it, overall, I would probably give this game like a 10 out of 10, a 9.75 out of 10, something like that. I find it absolutely fantastic. It's a phenomenal game. And to be honest, I expect it to be severely better than both Battlefield 3 and Modern Warfare 3, both graphically, both multiplayer, both in the campaign, and just the depth of the game all around. To be honest, I think this might be Game of the Year. That's saying a lot, especially with everything from the new Batman game out and Skyrim and all the different Uncharted 3. But this game is fantastic, and I think you're really gonna like it. So anyway, this game has 100% my recommendations. Go buy it. I'm very sure you'll love it. If you don't love it, then you probably just don't like third-person shooters. But other than that, I think you'll absolutely love it. Yeah, and it's like, I was trying to think of things to say bad about the game. I just don't really have anything to say bad about the game. I think the game's fantastic. I love the game. And so yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy the video. I'll be putting up a lot of gears. Just because, again, I think the game's awesome, and I like it. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching. And sorry again, I kind of laid off on putting up videos for a while because of YouTube. But it'll be coming up faster now. Anyway, peace out, guys.